State Senator Chris Telfer from Bend is running for the office of State Treasurer. I'm Dave Adams. Just Sunday, Telfer learns of the death of her friend Ben Westland, who was the current treasurer, and is prompted to make a quick decision about her own future in public service.
The last couple of days, I've just been getting a lot of calls from all over the state encouraging me to run for state treasurer, and so I will be filing for that office by 5.
I know that there's things that you want to see done from a state senator's standpoint. Do you feel like you'll be able to do more for the state as a treasurer?
Oh, yes, definitely. I think, I can really bring some competent fiscal management to the office and, keep the office stable as it was under Ben's leadership. There's also a lot more opportunity to bring some good fiscal management and reform to the state.
That's one of the things you've mentioned as a senator, that you would like lawmakers to have better information from a budgeting standpoint, and you've been working with state officials to do that. As a treasurer, is this something that you'd be able to work on even more, and specifically what would you do?
Well, I would hope so. I'd be working with the legislature to bring about some fiscal reform. There's also the opportunity, I think, to even get in and look at some funds and see if there's things we can do for economic development in this state and add to the transparency of our fiscal environment for Oregonians. And so I just think there's an awful lot that I can do, and as a CPA, this is what I've done for a living all these years, and so I think maybe I'm just being called to use that skill set in a different way.
Chris, are there any public funds that you would like to see handled differently? I know Ben Westland had as his goal to increase and improve the transparency of public investments.
Oh, definitely a big advocate of transparency, and in fact, I spoke with Ben last week. We talked for about 45 minutes on all kinds of things, and he was very interested in working together at the time with me as a senator, or, as far as the fiscal reform. He really wanted to be involved in that. So I think I would continue that and bring to it a little bit more based on my background.
You mentioned fiscal reform. Can you mention some specifics about what you'd like to see?
We've obviously got to deal with the volatility of our budget from a revenue side. I think we also have to look at the spending side of the budget and, where we're spending money. Ben did a number of things this last session regarding refinancing some bonds and things like that, giving some better opportunity to get lower rates on some of our borrowings. But, the other thing I want to do is I want to make sure that we're not overextending our borrowing capacities and that, we're paying attention to how much debt we're getting into.
Where is the state now, just overall, from a financial rating standpoint? Are we in pretty good shape?
Oh, we've dropped a little bit, and some of that's because of our initiative process, and I certainly don't want to take anything away from Oregonians who feel that they want to be able to weigh in on things that the legislature has done or not done, but we obviously have to work with that because many of those initiatives and measures that end up on a ballot and then subsequently get passed add cost to the budget. But I also would protect the Oregonians' right to bring things to the ballot.
Chris, even though you want to continue a lot of the same goals that Ben Westland had, there's got to be a mixed bag of emotions going on here. You're looking at stepping into the job of a friend who passed away.
Still in shock. Again, I spoke with Ben last week, and we've always been good friends, and so I'm still a little bit in shock, and I'm still concerned about Libby and the kids and how they're getting through this. But this very short time frame here that we've been given till 5 o'clock to make up a mind and file, and so still deliberating, but things move fast when you're at the state level, and I've learned that in the legislature, and so you need to be able to respond and react and know your heart and know your mind, and it doesn't take anything away from the sorrow I feel with Ben leaving this world and going to the next, and what his family must be going through right now. Because of my friendship and the conversations I've had during session past year with Ben, I know what he was doing in that office, and I know what he wants to continue to be done in that office. And so, I filled his Senate seat, and I'm willing to try to fill that state treasurer seat, too.
So you've made a firm commitment. You're going to file?
I am filing, yes.
You're going to stay as a senator during the campaign?
Yes, definitely. I still have 2 years in that position, so I'll be juggling two hats there.
State Senator Chris Telfer of Bend running for the office of State Treasurer. I'm Dave Adams. Take 5 is a production of 1110 KBND Radio News. Depend on us.